These pictures, broadcast on Syrian state television, are said to show a significant advance. Syrian government forces fighting to recapture the historic city of Palmyra from ISIL. State media also showed planes and helicopters flying overhead as soldiers approached on the ground. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says many civilians fled Palmyra after ISIL told them via loudspeakers that the fighting was drawing near. But ISIL is resisting claims it's losing control of Palmyra, moving quickly to release this video that it says shows its fighters driving around parts of the city as Syrian government troops advance. Some analysts believe the Syrian government advance will be a morale booster.
Given all the bad news coming out of Europe and the focus on ISIS as a terrorist organization, this focuses attention on ISIS as a military organization and as a state, and it's a failed state at this point in time, given that the U.S. and Russia seem to be working closely together in terms of the airstrikes and also even in terms of the diplomatic channels at Geneva. This is a pretty significant setback for ISIS. It's not the end yet, but it seems to me to be the beginning of the end.
Palmyra includes a UNESCO World Heritage Site. ISIL captured the historic city in May and began a campaign of mass executions and destroying ancient sites. Palmyra is situated on a desert highway in central Syria, strategically located between the government-held capital of Damascus and the ISIL stronghold of Deir ez-Zor. Government control of Palmyra would help it cut off an ISIL supply route. A ceasefire between government forces and opposition rebel factions has significantly reduced violence, but the agreement excludes al-Nusra Front and ISIL, considered terrorist groups by the Syrian government. Russia recently withdrew most of its forces from Syria after launching airstrikes for 6 months. But this is evidence that the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is still making advances. Mohammed, Jamjoom, Al Jazeera.